Hello everybody, Todd here with All Things Archery and Shooting. We're doing part 2 of my test on this AF Archery American Flatbow, longbow. This bow I got from China. It was $139 and then it was $30 shipping, about $169. It took about 6 weeks to get here. I did an unboxing on this yesterday. You can see that on this channel as well. I've had a little time spent on the bow. The quality bow seems fairly decent for a $150 bow. I mean, the wood's really pretty on it. I did some research. It is red oak that's in here, and it is 3 layers of bamboo. The brace height is recommended to be 7 inches. It is a 60-inch overall length as well too. It is a D97 fast fly string. So what we're going to do here today, we're going to go ahead and shoot 3 different arrows. First arrow we're going to shoot is going to be 8 grains per pound of draw weight, which will be this 420 grain arrow, cedar shaft. And then 10 grains per pound of draw, which is 540 grain arrow. And then we have my hunting arrow, which is almost 700 grains. Okay, bow's recommended arrow is from 8 GPI to 13 GPI. That's what it says on their website. So I'm within that range there. This bow pulls just under 54 pounds at my draw length of 29.5 inches, and at 28 inches, supposed to be 50 pounds, actually only pulls 49. But my draw length at 29.5 inches is pulling just under 54 pounds. I think we're going to shoot 3 arrows of each one through this corner graph and see what happens, see how it shoots. Let's get started. Okay, the first arrow we're going to shoot is going to be the 8 grains per pound of draw weight. We're going to shoot 3 across this corner graph. The corner graph's about 5 yards in front of the target. I'm about 10 feet in front of the corner graph. First arrow. 187. 184. 182. 182. Your next arrow is going to be the 10 grains per pound of draw weight, the 540 grain arrow. We're going to shoot 3 through and see what it comes out to. 171. 168. 167. Okay, next give me my hunting weight arrow. These are 690 to 700 grains. These are what I use to hunt with and shoot all the time and see how they shoot. $161. 157. 161. Okay, now we're going to do an accuracy test on the target. We're going to be shooting for this target here. I'm going to be shooting the heavyweight hunting arrows for it. I'm going to be shooting about 20 yards. We're going to aim for this target here and see what we can do. We'll shoot a couple groups and see what kind of grip we can get with it. See how accurate it shoots. All right, let's do that now. Okay, there's 3 shots. My first shot I was aiming for this center target. I just missed the bullseye. Second shot, at the lower left target, I just right above the bullseye. Third shot, I must have pulled my draw, pulled my release or something, because I'm about 3 inches above the bullseye. Not too bad for accuracy wise. Let's shoot some more, 20 yards. Okay, that right there, my friends, is probably less than a 3-inch group at 20 yards. Very accurate. Almost got 2 touching and 1 in the bull. The bow is accurate, that's for sure. All right, let's head over and shoot some of my 3D targets, see how it does on those. All right, buddy, we're going to shoot this Glendale 3D buck target here. I gotta say, I paid $150, $160 for this target. I did a review on it a couple months ago, and this is probably one of the worst 3D targets you can buy. I've already had to replace the body once and replace the top strap once, and I mean, I only had it for 2 months, and the first body, the legs broke off here, and the top strap completely cracked on it. Didn't even hit it with an arrow; it just cracked from shooting this thing. And then this new top, I got this in last week with a new body, and this new top strap doing the exact same thing. It cracked right across here. That's why there's black tape on it. And I only hit right here. There's no holes up here at all. And I gotta say that that Glendale, they took care of it warranty-wise, but I would not buy this target again, and I can't recommend it. My other target I got from Glendale, I had over a year, and it shot great, no problems with it at all. This target just doesn't hold up real well. All right, let's step back 20 yards, put some arrows in this, see how accurate it shoots. Okay. All right, not bad, 20 yards, maybe 3-inch group. Try one more time. Okay. All right. Not bad. Another about 3-inch group, 20 yards. Bow is a shooter. It's really accurate. Pretty quiet too, actually. My hands are so sweaty, you can hardly get my arrows out. It's hot out here in Florida again. I mean, it's been raining here every day in Florida, and usually in the afternoon, but in the morning time like it is now, humidity is over 90%. It's about 94 degrees out, so it's really hot out right now. So I apologize for all the sweat. Alright, let's take a shot at this here bobcat target I got. Alright, not bad. Okay, not bad. 3-inch group, just a little bit high. That's okay though. Okay, we'll set 3 more arrows downrange to see how the tilt on the bow looks when you're shooting it. Here we go. Yeah, the servant's already starting to wear on this. Here we go. Okay, shoot 3 more. Okay guys, sorry it's so hot my camera keeps shutting off. I gotta keep restarting it. It's been really hot out. So we're gonna take a walk down and see what that last 3 group I did. Looks pretty good from here, I really can't tell. I'm at the 20-yard line. Let's walk down and look at those arrows pulling, then we'll head inside the house where it's cooler at and we'll talk about the final thoughts on this bow. Okay, as you can see, that's a pretty tight group at 20 yards, a little off to the right. I just checked the thermometer in my garage before I walked down here, and it is 98 degrees and about 94% humidity, so this is hot. Oh man, I gotta apologize people. Anyway, it's 3 arrows just to the right of the bullseye, 20 yards, about a 3-inch group. So the bow does shoot real well. It is a quiet bow. You can see it's quite quiet. I was surprised. That bowstring is starting to unravel on me. The serving is starting to come apart on me, so I'm going to have to reserve that or replace the bowstring. I'll just probably reserve it. Again, I'm sorry I'm sweating so I keep wiping the sweat off because if not, it drips from my eyes and I can't see. And the bugs are like crazy out here right now. But anyway, the bow's quiet, it shoots well, doesn't really have any hand shock, it doesn't stack that bad either. I mean, a little bit toward the very end, because I'm a longer draw length, it does stack a little. But the manufacturer says that bow can go to 32 inches. I don't know if I pull it that far or not, but my 29.5, you can feel it start stacking right at the very end of my draw. So probably around 29 inches or so, it starts stacking a little bit. Hand shock is really nothing to it. The grip is real slippery though, I mean, because my hands are real sweaty now. So I probably had to put some skater's tape on there or something else to make that grip a little more not so slippery. Bow, I mean, it shoots average speed. I mean, it's not very fast. There are faster bows out there for less money, like the Black Hunter bow. All right, everybody, this has been part 2 of the range session for the AF Archery American Flatbow. Sorry about outside. My camera kept shutting off from the heat. I've never had that happen before, so it must have been a lot hotter than actually the States out there. Again, my thermometer on my garage said 97 degrees and about 94% humidity. So I've never had my camera shut down. It must have shut down half a dozen times during the filming of this rain session, so it's because of heat. So it must have been a lot hotter than that. But anyway, we got through it, pretty much most of it anyway. So we're inside the house now. I got a cold Dr. Pepper here. That's good. And we're going to go over and talk about this bow and rate it on my 6 ratings, okay? First thing is talk about the quality, fit, and finish of the bow. Alright? Quality, fit, and finish. Now, first off, the quality of the bow. I love the red oak. It's beautiful. It's really a gorgeous wood. I love the power lamb right here in it. See there? Shatterproof power lamb. I got that from you. By the way, big shout out to Shatterproof Archery. And hey, if you guys are watching, can you send me a new hat, please? This one here has got so much sweat burned in it, it's ruined now. Anyway, big shout out to Shatterproof Archery and Kramer Amons out there. But it's got a nice power lamb right here going through it, and nice. The hand grip on this thing is really, I love the grip of this thing. It's probably the most comfortable grip I've ever shot on a longbow. It's really good. I know they call this American Flatbow, but to me it's a reflex deflex longbow. So that's what I'm going to call it going forward, as a longbow, okay? The finish on the wood, it's got a matte finish to it, so it's not a shiny finish. There are a few sanding marks on it and a few imperfections in the bow from the wood itself. Nothing major is going to affect the way it performs. It did get damaged on shipping over here. That whole corner got bent in there, but it doesn't really affect the grip or anything. But that's not the bow's fault. That's shipping's fault. The rest that came with it, it was an old like a hair rest, and it wouldn't stick. The glue had degenerated from, I guess, from the heat and being in a cargo container coming from China. So I had to put my own rest on there. Also, the bowstring on this is not very good. It's not served far enough up, and the serving keeps coming off on this thing. So I'm going to have to reserve the string before we use it, or replace the string. I'll probably just reserve it. A couple of spots on the on this end here. There's a lot of sanding residue. You can see where like lines and stuff from the sander wasn't fully smooth completely. Again, it doesn't affect the performance of the bow, just the aesthetics of it. The fit and finish of the bow, not much fit and finish. There's no glue problems, no glue oozing anywhere. Everything is smooth. There's no high spots on it. Okay. And the finish, I love the finish. The finish is a matte finish. So we're going to give the bow, for quality, fit, and finish, I'm going to give it a 7. Okay. All right. Let's look at specification. Specification on the bow is how the bow is listed on the web page where you buy it from, if it matches. Well, this web page listed the bow as having a bowstringer in the box with it, which it did not have, and being 50 pounds at 28 inches. Okay. Which it didn't have that as well too. You really can't tell because there's no markings on the limbs anywhere. Weight. So I had to check the weight with my scale, and it comes in at 49 pounds, so it's off there. Also did not come with the bowstringer like it says it does, so it's off there as well too. It is a 60-inch bow. The string is supposed to be a 57-inch string, but I measured the string. It comes in just at 58 inches. It doesn't seem to affect the bow because most of your long bows, if you use a long bow, should be 3 inches short in your overall length. My overall length of this bow is 60 inches. So it should be a 57-inch string. This string came in as a 58-inch string, and they listed it as a 57-inch string on their website, so just over 58 inches. Actually listed in centimeters, I had to convert it, but anyway, it's just over 58 inches, so that doesn't match either. So I'm going to say specifications on this, I'm going to have to give it a 6. Speed of the bows, now, is how fast the bow shoots arrows based on 8 grains per pound of draw weight, 10 grains per pound of draw weight, and 12 to 13 grains per pound of draw weight for a hunting arrow. Now this bow, my drawling's pulling, let's say, 53 pounds, so I shot this with a 420 grain cedar shaft, and I'll put the speeds in the video here so you can see them. I think the average like 165, 166 feet per second, somewhere around there, which, considering for a 54 pound reflex deflex bow, it's not very fast at all. This is probably the slowest bow I've shot. There's a lot of bows out there for less money that are much faster, like the Black Hunter, the kind of cane bow, the Deer Hunter bow. They're all much faster than this bow. Let's see, the 10 grains per pound of draw weight, the 540 grain arrow I was shooting, those came in right about, high 159, 160, somewhere around there. And then the hunting shafts, which were 13 grains per pound of draw weight, they came in around 150 feet per second, which is really slow. But they are heavy arrows. They're almost 700 grains, but still, it's a really slow So this bow is not very fast. I'm surprised considering it's got 3 layers of bamboo in it. It should be much faster than that, and it is a fast light string, so I don't understand why it's not faster. But the bow did perform well, so with the speed, let's see, I'm going to give it a low. It's the lowest bow I shot, so it's probably, I'm going to give it a 5 for speed, okay? Because it's probably the slowest bow that I shot. It's not super slow, but it's probably the slowest production bow that I've shot so far. And I've reviewed quite a few bows on here, okay? All right, shootability. Now, this is where the bow actually excelled. I was able to pick the feel of this bow, the way I grip it, the way the grip is, the way it sits in my hand, the way it shoots. Very little stacking, just a little bit toward the end of the draw length, because my draw length is 29.5 inches. Now again, this bow is supposed to can be pulled to 32 inches, but at my 29.5 inches, it started to stack just a little bit at the very end of my draw. So probably around 20 inches it's stacked, but up to 28 it doesn't stack at all. It's really quiet, and there's 0 hand shock, and it is quite accurate. I mean, it was shooting where I was pointing it at, okay? So, I mean, I can't complain there. The bow is a good shooter. It shoots real well. I mean, it handles well. It's a very lightweight bow, too, so it'd be easy to carry around the woods with you. So this bow here, I'm going to give it a 9 for shootability, just because it was very easy to shoot. Quite accurate for a bow. Quietness of the bow. All right, the quietness of the bow, I'm going to say the bow is... Well, it's very quiet actually. I mean, there's no string sounders on. There was really little to no sound coming from the bow. It had a little bit for the lighter weight arrows, but when you got to the heavyweights, like the 540s and the 700 grains, there was almost 0 sound on the bow. So there wasn't even a thump on it, which is kind of interesting. It's probably a very, very quiet bow. So I'm going to have to give it a 9 on quietness too, just because it's super quiet on it. All right, value of the bow, okay? Now the value of the bow, this bow is $139 and they charge you $30 shipping. That's $189, okay? There are better bows out there for less money. I named a few of them: the Black Hunter, the Kanokai bow, the Deer Slayer bow. There's a bunch of the Samick Sage bow, all a little bit less money than this. So value for this bow for what you get, consider the bow's a little bit slower and the fit and finish on it. The value is really not there, so I'm going to give it like probably a 6 on value as well, okay? I mean, it's not expensive. It's under $2 a bow, so it's not something you'd be afraid to throw back your truck or beat around or take out in the woods. But again, there are bows that are cheaper that are much better quality and get more money, more value for your money. All right, so what we have here now for this here, we have, let's see what we have. Total score. Remember, the score is based. There's 6 points I base the score on, with a maximum of 10 points for each point. So that'd be a 60-point total for a maximum score, okay? All right, so this bow scored 18, 27, 36. This bow scored a 42 out of 60. How's that compared to other bows I've tested? Let's see, I got my notes here somewhere. Well, it's actually the same as the last bow that I tested, so not too bad. But it's, I mean, 42 out of 60. That's where we're rated on that bow. Can I recommend this bow to somebody who would recommend this bow for? Actually, I probably wouldn't recommend this bow because there are better bows out there for less money, and they perform better. But if you're looking for a nice one piece instead of a takedown, it's a pretty decent one piece, and I do love the finish on it. The finish is beautiful on this bow. I can't complain about that. I just wish it was a better shooter, a little bit faster. But it's hard to recommend this bow considering that there are cheaper bows out there that perform better. But if you're looking for a good value on a one-piece longbow, it's probably the cheapest you're going to find. I did some other research pricing, like Three Rivers, Lancaster, and other places. And most of your one-piece reflex, deflex longbows run between $225 to $300 in that range there. So this being $160 for a one-piece, the value is there for that. That's what you want. But just keep in mind, it's a good bow. I probably won't use it this year to hunt with, but I'll just add it to my collection, or I'll probably auction it off, or I'll maybe give it away to one of my subscribers. We'll see how that works. But just know it's a very beginner type bow. It's not a very high performing bow. So, but it is a very accurate bow. The bow is accurate and the bow shoots very well. But it's just, it needs a little bit more speed, I think. It needs a little bit better quality on the finish of it, especially the stuff they ship with it. I mean, we could have made this bow better if they did a better job on serving the string and they sent a better rest with it. That would have just been a huge difference. And they took a few more minutes for the sanding before they put the matte finish coat on. it made a big difference. But again, you got a bunch of Chinese guys that are working these bows, probably making 3 cents an hour. So you get what you get from China. And so, a lot of bows I've get from China have been pretty decent. I mean, the Black Hunter's a really nice bow. That Cano Cane bow blew me away for $60 the quality getting that bow. So I mean, there are some good products coming out of China. So don't let no one tell you nothing good comes out of China. But this product is just fair. Put it that way. All right. Well, that's been the review on the AF Archery American longbow, they call it, which it's American flatbow. I'm sorry, AF Archery American Flatbow. It's actually I consider a reflex deflex longbow. All right, well, this has been the AF Archery American Flatbow review, part 2, range session. I want to thank you guys for watching. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe for me. And if you also click that bell next to the subscription button so I can notify you of my upcoming videos. There's a lot of stuff coming out. I've also got a Patreon channel now. There'll be some more details and information on this bow on the Patreon channel. So be sure to log, if you want to log in the Patreon channel and take a chance on winning this bow or on the other bows I'm giving away at Patreon, just go on Patreon, log into there and choose your level, and maybe you can win one of these bows I have here, okay? And I'm using all that money I'm making from Patreon, I'm using to support buying these bows and doing more reviews and doing some hunting trips, things like that. I'll be put right back into my reviews and my YouTube channel, my Patreon channel. So I want to thank you guys for your support. Thank you for watching, and until next time, ciao.